Howdy. This is going to be one of those flashbacks to, it's June the 11th, 2019. It's part of my archiving off my materials. I found a whole section that I'd never made a movie of, and this is well worth it because this documents my last day in Tombstone before I came out here. Can you believe it? June the 11th, 2019. And it's well worth watching because it contains a really detailed daytime walk around the town, which covers stuff that maybe I hadn't covered before. My last day in Tombstone, and who knows, it might be my last ever day in Tombstone, because when this was shot no one knew about COVID, no one knew that I'd be locked up here in Thailand and unable to get back. I'm still without the vaccine and still unable to get back, and so this is quite a valuable and quite a poignant reminder of that particular day, and who knows, that particular era of my life. So for what it's worth, here it is. I hope you enjoy it. Cheers. Good morning. It is June the 11th this morning, all day actually, and one day to go. So this is my last day in town, so got a couple of things gonna do today. Got to go into Sierra Vista to print off my Southwest ticket to get me back from San Francisco to here in September. I just booked that this morning. Been holding off as long as I can because I hate spending the money, but there we are. So that's done. I'm gonna go and print that off. I ain't gonna get caught out like I did last time when I couldn't get onto the Southwest Airlines website outside the country. That is crazy. Anyway, circumvented that this time. So into Sierra Vista. Probably going to go to Applebee's for a beer, and then got to rest up a bit and then go back again. I think there's going to be 2 trips because I want to go to the Olive Garden, late afternoon. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm just going to set off now and do my 3-mile minimum, my very last walk around town. Well, this time anyway. So I'll see you later. Bye bye. Of course, it's just a little after 7 AM, so I've got to do this. No, I've got to do anything, but it's more advisable to do this walk now rather than later because it's going to be in the mid-90s this afternoon. We had a really nice cool day yesterday, but today isn't going to be one of them. So we need to get this out of the way. I really want to do this walk, so got to get it out of the way. And here you can see the side view of the RV park where I live. Walking on Allen Street West, going that way is the Shefflin Monument, aka Prom Tep, but we ain't going there today. You remember this on my first morning back 5 months ago? It's freezing cold, pitch black, walking around here. Took a nice photo of this, all floodlit, same place. I'll cut that photo in. So we're just going this way, back over there to get us onto Tough Nut Street. So turning left onto Tough Nut Street, or what I call the back straight. Now we're walking uphill. though it's not very steep right now. So, you guys have all done this with me before, really, but we've never actually done a daytime walk around the block. Over here is the Tombstone Brewing Company. I shall be going in there this morning to say goodbye to a couple of people. Start my day off well. Mustn't drink too much today. So, where are we? Yeah, Victorian Garden. Very nice over there. Very nice. And City Hall. Walking past the English home. It's not an English home, but it was a home of a man called English in the 1880s. He started off as a miner and then became part of a law firm, and then became an alcoholic, I believe. But anyway, this is where he lived. This is a nice house this time of year. Flowering plants, oleander, which I took some cuttings and they're now growing happily in our home in Phuket. Nice. White Earps. Old Tombstone. Well, it looks like a house to me. This is down here. It's over there. It used to be a place called El Dorado. It's now called Old Tombstone. It's where they do gunfight reenactments and stuff like that. Here we are, Old Tombstone, Western Town. Gunfight Hall of Fame. This used to be called El Dorado back in the day. The location of the old railroad station. Open railroad didn't get here until 1902. That there is the old station house. It's still there. It's now the library. Mine and trolley tour. Good enough mine. This mine here was opened by Ed Shefflin, the guy that first discovered silver in these parts. Shefflin Monument, from Pet, and the mines also used to be all the way over there on those hills. Somehow or other there was a railroad spur from that yard to go over there, but there's no sign of that now. Must have been a hell of a bridge. Here we are, this is a good enough mine. We do mine tours of this place, it's pretty good. On a red hot day, you go down there, it's 20 degrees cooler down there. Huh? Yeah, I just thought I'd do this today. I live here, but I'm English originally.
I can tell by your Arizona accent.
Yeah, I'm not from these parts. Surprised I haven't been strung up, really. This is an FGH that opened up many years ago as the workings underneath collapsed. This whole area is just full of disused mine workings that are flooded. The old firehouse. I'm not sure this dates from 1880, but the people that used it did. They're the people that tried to put out the 1881 and 1882 fires. Not very successfully, I'm afraid. Okay, we're heading up here. This is 6th, heading towards Allen Street. It's what I call Horse Piss Hill, because that damp patch there is where the horses that run the stagecoaches come to take their pee. It stinks like bloody hell. And this little incline up here is the steepest bit of my walk. Luckily it doesn't go on for too long. So at the top of the hill we come onto Allen Street. And down there is the main part of Allen Street where all the bars and restaurants and whatever else, the Birdcage Theatre. It's too early for tourists yet. And it'll be a quiet day in town anyway, but we're not going there. We're going this way, heading further out of town on Allen Street. This is
kind of new. They spent a lot of time and I guess money revamping the inside of this venue here. I asked them, is it going to be a bar? And they said no, it's they're going to rent it out for functions, you know, like I suppose if you've got a birthday party or wedding or something like that, you can rent this and have your party there. So we'll see. I put myself on a mission here to record the building of whatever house is going to be on this lot, but they started doing the levelling about 3 months ago and hardly any work ever takes place here. So it'll be interesting to see what it's going to be like in 3 months' time when I get back, whether it looks exactly the same. And we're about to turn left here, 10th, heading north to get to Fremont Street. Depot Steakhouse, very good restaurant that. I don't use it a lot, but it's very good. And this is about my favourite place in Tombstone. It's on the outskirts of Tombstone. This is Johnny Ringo's bar. You can get a nice cold bottle of Stella in there in a proper Stella glass. And it's a bit off the beaten track for tourists. So, okay, we're on the top. Now I'm heading downhill to get back to our starting point. This is Fremont Street here. This is the main road through now to Bisbee from Tombstone. Phoenix Shuttle, Tucson Airport Shuttle. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'm getting a free ride to the airport with my friend Kip. Already spoke to him this morning, he's ready for it. Here we are, turning left onto the home straight. This is Fremont Street. Well, if bushes can be interesting, this one is interesting because a long time ago I took some cuttings off of this and put them in a pot back at home here, and they struck. And then 5-6 months ago I took them out to Thailand. Actually it was on the trip before that, and planted them, and they took again. So the last time I saw them 5 months ago they were about 6 foot tall, so I'll see if they've been flowering on the way back, you know, when I get back. Not a very good camera angle. Let's come out here a bit without getting run over. This is City Hall, still under refurbishment. This is now the Marshal's office. And this is the parking lot for the Marshal's office. And believe it or not, this is what's left of the OK Corral. We ran all the way through down there onto Allen Street. You can still see the gates on Allen Street. So this is the OK Corral, what's left of it, but this is not where the gunfight at the OK Corral took place. Probably said before, but in case you haven't seen it, let's just go down. Flies, photography gallery. It's not the original, of course, but that's where it stood. And quite truthfully, where it says site of the OK Corral gun battle, this is where the gun battle took place. This was a vacant lot in those days between Flies and Harewood House, which stood on that corner. So this is where it all took place, and between the McClarys, that's Frank McClary and Tom McClary, and the Clantons, which is Billy Clanton and his uncle, which was Ag Clanton. And there was one other as well, I forgot. But let's see what happened here. Yeah, Tom McClary went down right about there in that lot there under a hail of bullets, and he was taken off down to Harewood House. No, I'm wrong. He fell there under a hail of bullets, and then he staggered down the road here. This is Tom McClary, and he collapsed here by this telephone pole, and he died on this spot here. Frank McClary, on the other hand, he was shooting, and he engaged in a private duel with Doc Holliday. You may have seen in the movies, Doc Holliday shoots his shotgun and scares the horse, and then lets him have it in the full in the chest. Well, he was hit in the chest and a couple of other places as well, and he staggered out onto Fremont Street just out here, and there he was shot by Doc Holliday and Morgan Earp. One of the bullets, I think, went into his chest, and the other one entered his skull under one ear and came out on the other side and killed him instantly. We still don't really know who fired that shot. I think it's most likely to be Doc Holliday, but it's shown as being Morgan Earp in the Tombstone movie. But anyway, Frank McClary, he died out there. Billy Clanton, he went down on the ground in there under a hail of gunfire, and after the gunfight was over, he was helped to his feet. He was in terrible pain, and he was yelling that he'd been killed by those Earps and Doc Holliday. He was taken down the street here yelling his head off in pain, and he was taken into the Harewood House right here, where he subsequently died. Sometime later, actually, that day, but he died in here. That's Billy Clanton. So they were the three people that died on this site on that fateful day, October the 26th, 1881. The gunfight on the vacant lot on Fremont Street next to the OK Corral. And back here now is my RV site. Come full circle, so I'm going to do one more lap for my 3-mile minimum. You don't need to see that, so hope you enjoyed the walk. See you later. Bye bye. I remember when I came back 5 months ago on my first walk around town, I did a little bit of math. I said, you're back here for 5 months and you've walked 3 miles a day, that's your minimum. So you've got 450 miles to walk before you can get back on that aeroplane. And I think I've done that. Very few days when I haven't made my minimum. Quite a few when I've done more, like 5 miles Shefflin Monument and 6 miles double whack around town. Done that on quite a few days, so I've done my 450 miles. I'm done. Cheers. So it's well done, Graham. That's your minimum done for today, 3 miles. That means I've completed my 450 miles, so now I can get on the aeroplane and leave. Alright, so we've done our walk. It's about 5 minutes to 11, so first thing on my agenda is we're gonna walk over to the Tombstone Brewing Company. I'll say goodbye to a couple of people I know over there. Then this afternoon I'll go into Sierra Vista. I'll need to leave a couple of hour gap, you know, because I've got to be very, very careful, you know, driving, alcohol inside. It's pretty hot around here, so I've got to be careful of that. So, Tombstone Brewing Company. It is nice and quiet here today. You can see no bikers at the Legion. Isn't that wonderful? The Screaming Shits aren't performing over there at the Legion. That's the band that performs death metal on special holidays at the Legion. The worst goddamn band I've ever heard in my life. I call them the Screaming Shits because A, they're shits to make such horrible music, and B, they scream. So it's just a matter of standing here and waiting till they open up. I don't know what the time is. I reckon it's maybe 5 to 11. So we'll see, won't we? Right, I've got the invite, so I'm going in. Open the door. And in we go. Tombstone Brewing Company. Wish me luck. In the Tombstone Brewing Company. I spent a little longer here than I thought I would, but a very nice imperial stout. As you can see now, I'm the only guest in town. It's like my friend Kip there, but it isn't. And barrels and everything. So from the Tombstone Brewing Company, I'd like to wish you cheerio and catch you later on my day. Bye bye. Boy, it's about 1 o'clock now, later than I imagined, so I'm out of there now. So I'm going to go back home for an hour or so and sober up, and then going to go into Sierra Vista and work up to my evening meal, which is the only meal I'm going to get because I've cleared out my fridge and my storage. All the fresh food and frozen food is gone. It's all cleared out. So, got to go out to dinner tonight. It's going to be the Olive Garden. Some nice pasta. Yay. Oh, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon here in the Outback Steakhouse. I've just been over to Staples to print out my last Southwest ticket. So, you know, another little ritual, I suppose. But I'm going over to the Olive Garden for dinner after this. Bye. Nein, nein, Fräulein. Nein, nein, Fräulein. I don't know, that just came to my head. So it's 5 o'clock. I'm here in Olive Garden. Gonna have some food, then go back and finish my packing. See ya. Okay, we've done this before, so it's the end of the day. I'm just here in Big Nose Kate's for a nightcap. When I get home, I'll just put the last few things in the bag. Everything else is done. I'm ready to go. So this time it's a bit different. I've still got some anxieties about the trip, but I don't have that feeling of dread that I did last time. I got natural anxieties about going back, and his mum is gonna die, I think if I'm really unlucky she'll die when I'm there. That's what we gotta expect. So I'm all packed up and ready to go, and knock on wood, Kip's gonna collect me at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I've got to go home, put the last few things in the bag. Car's been put away. I think that's about it really. Watch Time Team, same as last time. Then I'm done. Okay, wish me luck. Next time you see me, it will be on my trip outward bound. Be a completely different post. Bye bye.